Hello there, coach. In today's video, we are talking about how to design your life. You see, it's that time of the year where we evaluate our life. We evaluate what we have achieved in the year that gone by and the year that is coming through. And very often, while we're evaluating through our rational mind, through the events that happen and the events that are going to happen, we forget that we can design our lives in the way we want. If we give ourselves the time, the space, the energy, we could actually manifest and create exactly what we really want in our lives. In the recent times, I've had the opportunity of sitting down with a lot of clients, some of my friends even, where we were evaluating our lives and we were talking about our lives, and I found there were certain patterns that were coming up again and again when people think about their goals or when they think about their lives. And one of my friends asked me, how is it that I have always been able to create a life that I always wanted? What many would say is that I have the perfect life. I do things that I absolutely love and I don't do anything that I don't love. I have beautiful family. I get to spend great amount of time with them. I get to travel as much as I want and I get to live my life basically. I have designed my life exactly I wanted to and created that. And as we were evaluating our lives, one of my friends asked me, hey, Ajit, how is it that you designed your life to fit perfectly what you always wanted? How is it that you designed your life? And I shared this experience that I have had with actually crafting my life in a particular way using the 4 principles that I'm going to share with you today. So what you're going to learn today is 4 very specific areas to look at to create your life and design your life in the way you want. Now, you could be a life coach, you could be a business coach, you could be a health coach, you could be a spiritual life coach. You can use this model to help anyone design their life. You can use this model to design your own life. So yes, you should design your goals for 2022, but before you do that, I invite you to design your life for the rest of your life. Here are the 4 elements that will help you design your life. The first element is awareness. Do you really know who you are? Do you really know what are your strengths? Are you really aware of things that are not your strengths or maybe are your weaknesses? Are you really aware of what you truly want in your life? You see, what I've found is most people aspire to have their life not because of an understanding of self, but because of how they see the world around them. So it's almost like they take the data points from somebody else's life and take the information from somebody else's life. And based on that information, they say, this is how I would like my life to be. It's called learning by analogy. Human beings have always done it. This is what keeps us safe. But when we think about designing our life, when we think about an ambitious thing like saying, I could have everything, if you base that design, that painting, that beautiful movie of life that you're creating based on the limited amount of information that is available in the world outside, you tend to create a life that is similar to everybody else, but not in congruence with who you are. So a key to designing your life is to bring awareness towards who you are. What are your strengths? What is it that your heart truly desires? What is it that you really, really want in your life? What gives you joy? What gives you happiness? Sit with that thought. Bring awareness to your total being. Bring awareness towards all of your strengths. Bring awareness towards the things that you don't like, which may also be your weaknesses. Bring awareness to where you think you're average, that you're just okay. And if you find yourself not being able to identify, this is what I'm really good at, this is where I'm bad at, this is where I'm average at, I really invite you to start calling your friends and your colleagues, people who know you really well. And here is why. Most of us start believing that we are just average. We're just average people who are at average at everything. We see our strengths as average, we see our weaknesses as average. And because of that, we only think of average ideal lives. We never really aspire to tap into our strengths fully and go all in on them. When you ask your dear friends, when you ask your colleagues what you're great at, you will most likely see a pattern of certain things that would really be highlighted for you. And once that highlight comes through, once you know what your strengths are, now you're starting to get awareness towards what you should focus on, what your ideal life, what your beautiful life is going to ideally look like. Once you know what your strengths are, now it's easy for you to design and craft your life around it. So the first step to designing your life in a particular way for 2022 and the rest of your life is to ask yourself, what are you good at? What are you great at? What are your strengths? And if you don't know the answer, ask somebody else that has worked with you, which has interacted with you and know your strengths. The second key, the second element to designing your life is to identify your thinking. What are you even thinking? Thinking around different dimensions of your life. You see, most of your thinking was established in your subconscious. It was imparted to you when you were a child. If you were to take our mind and break it into conscious and subconscious, you will find that as a child, only your subconscious was available. So you were taking all the data. And so you took in all the thinking patterns that were there happening around you at all times. If you didn't have a loving family, you took up thinking patterns from your family. If there was a money dialogue around you, which money was scarce or whatever, you were taking that thinking pattern in you. And even today, years and years after, if you never challenge that thinking pattern still governs your life. So if you want to design your life, ask yourself the question of what are my unconscious thinking patterns? What are these thinking patterns that are helping me run my life on a daily basis? But which one of these are actually not helping me design the life that I truly want? Which of these thinking patterns do I need to challenge? Do I need to challenge how I think about money? Do I need to challenge how do I think about taking time and space in somebody else's life? Do I need to challenge how and what I can charge for a service I offer? Do I need to challenge on how I can create life with minimal effort? Do I need to challenge hard work? The reason why I'm inviting you to challenge these thinking patterns is because these subconscious thinking patterns are the actual blocks that will stop you from designing your life. If you want your life to feel effortless, you can't have a thinking pattern where you say life is hard. Because if you think life is hard, how can life be easy? How can your better designed life be easy? If you think money comes from hard work, how could you create effortless money? So think about your thinking, your subconscious thinking that is happening on the autopilot, the back of your mind, and write down some of those thinking patterns that show up and then challenge them. Challenge your thinking patterns, your subconscious thinking patterns, to check if you have a more useful, more empowered thinking pattern that you can choose that will help you create and design your life. Now, once you're more aware of yourself, of your dreams, of your happiness, of your joy, and you've challenged your thinking patterns that may be blocking your progress to design your life, you need to ask yourself the question of what are my habits that will help me create the most ideal life? What are these habits that I need to impart in my life on a day-to-day basis that will help me create and design my life? James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, once said, when we are in a challenging situation, we don't rise up to our goals, we fall back to our habits. Life will bring challenges. As you're designing your life, it will bring challenges. There will be things that will happen that will be out of your control. And that is why your habits become the foundational blocks that will bring you up when the times are down. When things get hard, your habits will pull through. So ask yourself, if I was to design this life, what would be some of my habits? Ask yourself, what are the habits that will help you create this outcome? What are the habits that you need to embody and bring into your life so you could design the life the way you want? Now, the fourth key is an important key, and that is your belief. Do you believe that you can actually design your life? I was speaking to a client recently on the Master Coaching podcast. And while I was speaking to the client, I realized that they had lost faith in universe to be able to create anything for them. They thought life was so hard, and they had put faith in the universe many times, and it didn't work out. And that universe didn't have their back. And I want to remind you, universe does have your back. When times are hard, when things are hard, it is a path to creating what we are creating in life. These challenging times are not a way to block you from your progress. It is to create you to the version that you become eventually. This particular client realized that during our conversation, that while those challenges may have felt like the end of the world, may have felt like it's not going to work out, and she lost some faith in the universe, she became an extraordinarily successful woman because of those challenges. And maybe that was the universe's plan all along. So she could become the powerful woman that she is today, the amazing woman that she is today. So don't lose faith. Don't lose the belief that the universe has got your back. Because if you want to design your life, you need faith. You need belief, because things will get hard. Things do get difficult. And when they do get difficult and when they do get hard, this faith, this belief is going to pull you through. I want to give you a little experiment to do if you've lost faith in the universe. There's a 1-day experiment and a 30-day experiment. The 1-day experiment invites you to pick something really, really small and invite the universe to show you that one thing that day. I want to share with you an example. When first I discovered the power of the universe, I had asked a friend to guide me on how I can really believe that the universe has always got my back. And he gave me this experiment. He said, Ajit, have you seen a butterfly recently? And I said, no, I couldn't think of a butterfly in my neighborhood. I lived in the city with not many flowers around. He said, okay, for the next 24 hours, tell universe to show you a butterfly. That's it. That's all I want you to do, is send that message out to the universe right now and then go about your day as you always do. But if you do see a butterfly, let me know. And then I woke up the next morning. I was going about my day all day. I was coming back from office, and sure enough, I see a blue butterfly. And as I see a blue butterfly, I realize that the universe has always got your back. So I want you to do a small experiment like this. Pick something that is really small and tiny, but still extraordinary because you haven't seen that in a while. And see if in the next 24 hours that comes true, because I believe it will. The second experiment is a month-long experiment. This is where you'll pick a slightly bigger ask of the universe. It's not too much, just a little bit more. Just so that universe also has a chance to show that it can create something that's a lot bigger than what you initially expected it to. Ask the universe to create that little extra thing. Maybe manifest $100 extra or $500 extra. Get a unexpected $500 in the mail or through someone, or get some money back that you lended to somebody. Take that as an experiment for the next 30 days. Expect the universe to create the circumstances for you to make that extra $500 or $100 and see if that happens. I believe that you will see that some version of that result will happen in the next 30 days. It might be that you get an extra $100. It might be you get an extra $200. You might get $500 or $1,000. But I do believe that one of those things would happen unexpectedly. And so I want you to do this 30-day experiment to see and start building faith back into the possibilities that are for you. So if you want to design your life, firstly, bring true awareness to yourself. Who are you? What are your strengths? What is it that you're amazing at? The second is to challenge your subconscious thinking about the world, about environment around you, about things, so you can have a better belief system, better thinking structure for yourself. Third is find habits that support the new design of your life. And step 4 is to believe in the universe. Once you have taken all of these 4 elements in account, I invite you to start designing your life. Start writing down what is it that you really want. Bring attention and intention to what you truly want. And as you write that down, as you write that beautiful piece of 2, 3, 5 pages of your most ideal life, your most ideal day, you will find that the universe will start to conspire to help you design the life that you've always wanted. I am looking forward to designing my life even more, painted with the colors that I want to, because I get to choose the life that I've always wanted. You also get to choose the life that you always wanted. Life is your painting. This is your movie. You are the star. You're the hero. You define exactly who gets to play what role in this movie. I invite you to approach life like an art, like a piece of work that you're creating. Are you excited to design your life? If your answer is yes, drop a comment for us in the comment section below. Your life is your masterpiece. It's your painting. It's your movie. You get to decide exactly what roles are played by whom and what this movie is going to exactly look like. So go ahead and design your life. I'll be watching you from the sidelines and cheering you on as you create this beautiful, epic life. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button. It does help the YouTube gods to show our videos to more people that may be relevant to this video. And if there's a friend or colleague or somebody that you think can benefit from this video, do share this video with them. Thank you so much for watching and joining us today. I'm Coach Ajit, and you're watching this on EverCoach.